There's a fundamental principle at play in every aspect of your life, often hidden in plain sight. It's the silent force that dictates the quality of your relationships, the challenges you face, and the opportunities that come your way. Many people spend their lives chasing external goals, trying to manipulate circumstances, persuade others, or simply wishing things were different, only to find themselves hitting the same walls again and again. But what if the real secret, the one understood by insightful minds like Dale Carnegie, wasn't about changing the world around you, but about profoundly changing the world within you? What if your outer reality isn't the cause of your struggles, but simply a reflection, a mirror showing you who you are being? In this video, we're going to unlock this powerful truth and explore the exact ways your inner state shapes your external experience. We'll go deep into the essential elements of self-transformation, from the subtle power of your mindset to the concrete steps of aligned action, showing you how to become the kind of person who naturally attracts the life you envision. This isn't just theory. It's a practical guide to mastering the most important territory you possess, yourself. Stick with us until the very end, because connecting all these pieces is where the true magic happens and where you'll find the complete roadmap to consciously creating your reality. And if you're ready to stop chasing and start attracting, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to join a community committed to building a life from the inside out. Consider the world around you not as a foreign territory to be conquered or appeased, but as a vast, intricate mirror, reflecting back the nuances of your inner state. This reflection is constant and uncensored. Look at the relationships that populate your life. Are they nurturing and supportive, or marked by conflict and misunderstanding? Observe the patterns that repeat, the types of challenges that persistently appear, the nature of the opportunities that seem to present themselves. These external realities are not random occurrences. They are feedback loops, energetic responses to the vibration you consistently emit. If your inner world is dominated by fear, scarcity, and self-doubt, the mirror of the world will obligingly show you situations that evoke more fear, reinforce feelings of lack, and challenge your self-worth. Conversely, if you cultivate an inner state of confidence, abundance, and gratitude, the mirror will reflect circumstances that align with those qualities. This isn't some mystical force arbitrarily granting favors. It's a fundamental principle of resonance at play. Like attracts, like not just in theory, but in the energetic exchange between your inner world and the outer reality. The people who are drawn to you, the professional situations you find yourself in, the financial circumstances you experience, all are, to a significant degree, a manifestation of who you are being. If you constantly attract critical people, it might be a reflection of your own inner critic. If you struggle with financial lack, it may point to underlying beliefs about money or self-worth. If opportunities seem to elude you, it could be a mirror of your hesitation or lack of clarity. The mirror is impartial. It simply shows you what is. The power lies in recognizing that the image in the mirror is not a fixed destiny, but a reflection of something you have the power to change, yourself. This understanding shifts the focus entirely from trying to manipulate the reflection to transforming the source. Your mind is not a passive receptacle for incoming information. It is an active forge, continuously shaping the raw material of possibility into the tangible form of your reality. Every thought, every habitual mental pattern is a deliberate stroke of the hammer upon the anvil of your existence. The dominant lens through which you view the world determines the opportunities and obstacles you perceive. If your prevailing mindset is one of cynicism and distrust, believing the world to be a harsh, competitive place defined by scarcity, your mind will dutifully act as a filter, highlighting every news story, every interaction, and every perceived setback that confirms this deeply held belief. It will actively seek out and magnify evidence of negativity, scarcity, and difficulty, effectively constructing a reality that validates its initial premise. On the other hand, if you consciously cultivate a mindset grounded in belief in abundance, in the vastness of opportunity, and in the power of collaboration and growth, your mind will, with equal loyalty, scan your environment for evidence that supports these beliefs. It will tune into success stories, recognize potential partnerships, and perceive solutions where before there were only impenetrable problems. This is not about naive optimism or ignoring the inevitable challenges and shadows that exist in life. It is about conscious direction, about deliberately choosing the interpretive framework through which you engage with the world. It is recognizing that your dominant thoughts create an energetic field, a unique vibrational signature that attracts experiences that resonate with that frequency. A mind consumed by chronic anxiety will tend to attract more reasons to feel anxious. A mind steeped in genuine gratitude opens the floodgates for more blessings to be recognized and received. Fear paralyzes, keeping you small and restricted. While a mindset grounded in faith, not blind faith but faith built on self-trust and a clear sense of purpose, mobilizes both internal and external resources, propelling you forward. Mastering. Your mindset is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing practice of vigilance and redirection, a commitment to tending the inner garden of your thoughts, knowing that the fruits you harvest in your external life are a direct result of the seeds you sow within your mind. Anchoring this powerful mindset is an even deeper layer, your fundamental beliefs. These are the invisible pillars upon which the entire structure of your identity is built. They are the absolute truths you hold about yourself, about others, and about the fundamental workings of the world. For many of us, these core beliefs were installed during childhood, absorbed from our environment, our families, our culture, and forged in the crucible of early experiences, often without any conscious consent or scrutiny. Beliefs such as "I am not good enough," "money is the root of all evil," "relationships are inherently complicated," or "success is only for the privileged few," operate deep within the subconscious, quietly dictating your automatic reactions, your choices, and ultimately the outcomes you consistently manifest. They define at a foundational level who you believe yourself to be capable of becoming and what you believe yourself to be worthy of receiving. If you hold the deep-seated belief that you are inherently limited, unworthy, or simply unlucky, the universe, acting as that faithful mirror, will reflect that image back to you, creating circumstances that seem to confirm your internal narrative. Challenging and actively reprogramming these limiting beliefs is far from an easy task. It demands immense courage to look inward with unflinching honesty, to question the truths you have always taken for granted, and to be willing to gently but firmly dismantle the structures of doubt and self-sabotage that have been in place perhaps for decades. Think of the great innovators throughout history. Christopher Columbus sailed against the prevailing belief that the world was flat. The Wright brothers defied the deeply entrenched belief that human flight was an impossibility. Every significant leap forward in human history has been preceded by the courageous demolition of limiting beliefs and the audacious installation of new, more expansive ones. They didn't merely want to sail across the ocean or soar through the sky. They believed it was possible, embodying that belief so fully that it became a magnetic force, attracting the resources, the perseverance, and the circumstances necessary to transform the impossible into reality. They became the living embodiment of their belief. Therefore, it is crucial to examine your own beliefs with a discerning eye. What are the stories you repeatedly tell yourself about your capabilities, your inherent worth, your potential for growth and success? Do these stories empower you or diminish you? Do they open doors to possibility or construct walls of limitation? The profound journey of transformation truly begins when you consciously choose to align yourself with beliefs that serve your highest potential, beliefs that resonate with the person you aspire to become. This requires actively feeding these new beliefs with affirmative thoughts, compelling visualizations, and compelling evidence, celebrating every small victory that reinforces them until they become more real, more dominant than the old limiting narratives. Commit to becoming the kind of person who believes unequivocally in their own inherent greatness, their capacity to overcome any challenge, and their undeniable worthiness to receive the very best that life has to offer, because it is this person, anchored in empowering belief, whom the universe is waiting to meet. Once you embark on the crucial work of examining and reshaping your fundamental beliefs, a subsequent and equally vital element comes into sharp focus: the necessity of crystal clear intention. It is not enough to merely dismantle the old, limiting structures within your inner world. You must also have a vivid, compelling vision of what you are building in their place. Who precisely are you in the process of becoming? Vague aspirations such as a diffuse desire to be happy or a general hope to be successful are like attempting to navigate a complex journey without a map or a specific destination in mind. The universe, and indeed your own internal compass, responds to specificity. Clarity is a form of concentrated power. It is the laser focus that directs your energy, your thoughts, and your actions towards a desired outcome. This clarity extends far beyond simply defining external goals, like achieving a certain income level or acquiring material possessions. It is, first and foremost, clarity about your fundamental values, the non-negotiable principles that will guide your conduct. It is clarity about the qualities of character you wish to embody: integrity, compassion, courage, resilience, wisdom. It is clarity about the kind of impact you aspire to have in the world, the legacy you wish to build. And it is, most profoundly, clarity about the highest version of yourself, the person you know you are capable of being. Without this illuminating clarity, your vital energy remains scattered, dissipated in countless directions. Your actions become inconsistent, reactive rather than proactive. Your ability to attract what you desire becomes diffuse and uncertain, leaving you feeling like a ship adrift, susceptible to every passing wind and current. However, with clarity, you transform into a focused beam of light. Your energy converges. Your decisions become remarkably easier. They are either aligned with your clarified intention, or they are not. Your actions gain immense purpose and unwavering force. You begin to effortlessly recognize the opportunities and the people that resonate with this newfound clarity, and equally important, you begin to repel those that do not serve your trajectory. Clarity is not merely about knowing what you want to achieve externally. It is, above all, about knowing who you must become internally for those external goals to manifest as a natural, inevitable consequence of your being. What is the mindset of that person? What are their core beliefs? How do they act in challenging situations? How do they process information and make decisions? What emotions do they predominantly experience and express? Define this desired identity with the greatest possible precision. Write it down. Revisit it often. Meditate upon it, allowing yourself to feel the essence of that person within your very cells. Begin living as that person right now, even before the external circumstances have fully caught up, because it is this embodiment of your future self, in the present moment, that acts as a powerful magnet, pulling that desired reality towards you. You must be clear about who you are becoming to attract a clear and defined reality. Inner fog attracts a life of ambiguity. Inner clarity attracts a life of focus, meaning, and directed power. Begin the crucial work of sculpting that clarity within yourself today. Emerging directly from the wellspring of clarity is the igniting power of a compelling vision. Vision is far more than a mere intellectual exercise of setting objectives. It is the profound capacity to perceive with the eyes of the mind and to feel with the depth of the heart the reality you are actively creating. And perhaps most crucially, it is the ability to see yourself fully realized within that reality, not as a distant observer, but as the protagonist living that life with palpable presence and joy. A compelling vision is not a static picture frozen in time. It is a vivid, dynamic, pulsating movie that you play and replay within the theater of your inner world until it becomes more real, more tangible than your current, temporary reality. It is the ability to feel the texture of success, to hear the sounds of your accomplishment, to experience the emotions of living your highest purpose and expressing your fullest potential. This living vision acts as a powerful magnetic compass, constantly orienting you and drawing you forward in the direction of your most elevated self. It informs your daily choices, from the seemingly trivial to the undeniably crucial. When faced with a decision, you can pause and ask yourself, would the person I am becoming do this? Is this action truly aligned with the compelling vision I hold for myself and my life? If the answer is no, the path forward becomes instantly clear. a gentle redirection away from misalignment. If the answer is a resounding yes, the action becomes imbued with immense power, for it is not merely a task to be completed, but a conscious, deliberate step in the unfolding embodiment of your vision. Vision transforms the mundane into the sacred, reframing effort as dedicated devotion and obstacles as invaluable opportunities for growth and learning. Think of Michelangelo standing before a rough, imposing block of marble. He did not see just a stone. He saw the magnificent form of David imprisoned within. His vision was not about aimlessly chipping away at the rock. It was about liberating. The breathtaking sculpture he already perceived to exist within the raw material. His task was to remove the excess, everything that was not David. In the same way, your vision of your highest self, the strongest, wisest, most resilient, most compassionate version of you, already exists within you as pure potential. Your task is to consciously remove everything that does not belong to that vision. The doubts that cloud your judgment, the fears that paralyze your action, the limiting habits that hold you back, the self-sabotaging beliefs that whisper insidious lies. Your vision is the blueprint and your daily work is the sculpture. And the clearer, the more vivid, and the more emotionally charged your vision is, the more precise and effective your work of sculpting yourself will become. It is the North Star that guides your internal transformation and, consequently, shapes the external reality you attract. While a clear and inspiring vision provides the direction for your journey of transformation, it is purpose that provides the essential fuel to sustain you through the inevitable storms and challenges of life. Purpose is the deep why that animates your vision, the underlying reason that propels you forward even when your body aches for rest or your mind grapples with uncertainty. It is the intrinsic force that urges you to persevere when logic might suggest surrender. Purpose connects your personal journey, your individual aspirations, to something far greater than yourself, a service to others, a cause that resonates deeply with your soul, an impact that transcends your immediate, self-centered desires. Finding your purpose isn't necessarily about discovering a single grand, predetermined calling handed down from on high. It can be more subtle, more evolutionary, and can manifest in myriad ways. It often begins with introspective questions. What truly matters to me? What moves me to action? What kind of difference do I yearn to make in the world, even on a small scale? Your purpose might reside in being a truly present and loving parent, in building a business that genuinely solves a problem for others and creates value, in creating art that inspires or offers solace, in dedicating yourself to a social or environmental cause, or simply in being a steadfast beacon of integrity, kindness, and compassion in your daily interactions. Purpose doesn't need to be announced to the world with fanfare. It needs to be felt in the core of your being, a quiet but powerful conviction. When your vision is deeply aligned with an authentic purpose, you become an almost unstoppable force. Purpose provides the emotional resilience needed to navigate disappointments and setbacks without being derailed. It provides the intrinsic motivation to overcome procrastination and inertia. It offers the perspective to view challenges not as insurmountable barriers, but as necessary stepping stones on your path. It transforms the I want to into the I must, the I would like to into the I will. Purpose anchors your evolving identity in something solid, meaningful, and enduring. You are no longer simply seeking success or happiness for your own sake. You are becoming the person capable of fulfilling a purpose that resonates deeply with your soul and contributes to the greater good. And this energy of purpose is incredibly magnetic. It naturally attracts people who share similar values and aspirations, resources that support your mission, and synchronistic events that often feel as though the universe is actively conspiring in your favor. This is because when you live with purpose, you are not merely existing. You are actively participating in the co-creation of your reality in alignment with the deeper, generative forces of life. You become a channel for something larger than your individual self, and the universe has a remarkable tendency to support those who are serving a genuine calling that benefits more than just themselves. The journey of aligning your mindset, beliefs, clarity, vision, and purpose necessitates the mastery of a tool that is often misunderstood and even feared: discipline. Let go of the image of discipline as stern punishment, austere deprivation, or rigid adherence to rules. Instead, embrace discipline as the sophisticated art of conscious self-governance. It is the cultivated ability to do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, regardless of whether you feel motivated or inclined in that moment. Discipline is the crucial bridge between your heartfelt intention and your manifested reality. It is, in its purest form, self-love in action, demonstrating through consistent effort that you value your future well-being and the realization of your potential enough to make the necessary choices in the present. Without discipline, the most noble intentions remain fleeting thoughts, the clearest visions fade into distant fantasies, and the deepest purpose risks dissolving into mere aspiration. Discipline is what translates your inner being into consistent, external doing. It is the daily, sometimes hourly act of consciously choosing to align your actions with the evolving identity you are committed to cultivating. If you have decided to become someone who embodies vibrant health, discipline is what gently but firmly guides you to the gym, even when fatigue beckons, what influences your choice of a nourishing meal over impulsive indulgence, and what ensures you prioritize sufficient rest. If you are becoming someone who is financially secure and responsible, discipline is what enables you to adhere to a budget, to save or invest consistently, and to resist the allure of impulsive purchases. If you are cultivating mastery in your craft or profession, discipline is what seats you at your workspace to practice, study, and create day after day. Even when inspiration seems to have retreated, discipline isn't about relying solely on monumental, unwavering willpower. It is far more about intelligently constructing systems and habits that make the desired actions the path of least resistance. It's about designing an environment that actively supports your goals, establishing powerful morning and evening rituals that reinforce your desired identity, and breaking down large, potentially overwhelming objectives into small, manageable steps, celebrating each successful completion along the way. It is the profound understanding that motivation is inherently fickle and unreliable, but discipline is a muscle that grows stronger with consistent use. Each time you act in accordance with your self-imposed discipline, you send a powerful, reinforcing message to your subconscious mind. I am the kind of person who honors their commitments. I am the kind of person who has agency over their own choices. I am the master of my destiny. This self-perception, fortified by repeated acts of discipline, fundamentally transforms who you are at the deepest levels. Discipline is not a straitjacket. That restricts your freedom. It is paradoxically the key that unlocks true freedom, the freedom from being enslaved by your own fleeting impulses and moods, the freedom to consciously create the life you choose to live, the freedom to be the magnificent person you were born to be. Discipline is the living proof that you are taking your own transformation seriously, that you are committed to the process of becoming. Intricately woven into this dynamic interplay of being and doing is the transformative practice of gratitude. But this is not merely a passive form of thankfulness, expressed solely when something overtly grand or fortunate occurs. We are speaking of gratitude as a fundamental state of being, a conscious lens through which you actively choose to perceive your life in the here and now. It is the deliberate, active practice of recognizing, acknowledging, and deeply appreciating the good that already exists within your reality, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant it might appear. The simple miracle of the air you breathe, the functionality of your body, the presence of supportive people in your life, the invaluable lessons gleaned from past challenges, the quiet beauty of a sunrise or sunset, the profound opportunity to simply be alive and conscious in this present moment. These are all potential focal points for genuine gratitude. Cultivating a consistent state of gratitude fundamentally shifts your vibrational frequency. A mind habitually focused on lack, on complaint, on what is missing or what is wrong, operates at a low, contracted frequency, an energy that tends to attract more experiences of lack, frustration, and dissatisfaction. Conversely, a mind steeped in the richness of gratitude operates at a high, expansive frequency, an energy that aligns you with the abundance that is already present in your life and actively opens up space for even more blessings and positive experiences to enter your orbit. Gratitude does not deny the existence of challenges or difficulties. It simply places them in a broader, more empowering perspective. It acknowledges the shadows, but consciously chooses to focus on the light, no matter how small the beam. When you are genuinely grateful, you send a powerful signal to the universe, and more importantly to yourself, that you are someone who recognizes, appreciates, and values the gifts of life. This authentic appreciation creates an energetic vacuum, a welcoming space that the law of attraction rushes to fill with more reasons to be grateful. It is like saying, "Yes, I see the good that is here. I receive it with an open heart, and I am open and receptive to receiving even more." Furthermore, the practice of gratitude possesses a remarkable capacity to dissolve the corrosive effects of fear and anxiety. It is genuinely difficult to simultaneously feel intense fear and profound gratitude. Gratitude anchors you firmly in the reality of the present moment, in what is real, tangible, and good, preventing your mind from endlessly wandering into catastrophic future scenarios or becoming trapped in the regrets of the past. Make the cultivation of gratitude a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Begin or end your day by listing specific things for which you are truly grateful. Express your appreciation verbally or in writing to the people who enrich your life. Most importantly, allow yourself to truly feel the gratitude in your heart, not just as a fleeting thought, but as a visceral, embodied emotion. Observe with curiosity how this consistent practice gradually begins to transform your perception, elevate your mood, and eventually positively influence the circumstances that you attract into your life. You become a powerful magnet for positive experiences and beneficial connections because you are the living personification of appreciation, resonating at the frequency of abundance. Gratitude is far more than a polite social convention. It is a potent, strategic tool for actively reshaping your inner world and, as a direct consequence, transforming your external reality. No significant transformation occurs along a perfectly straight line. The journey of consciously becoming the person you aspire to be will inevitably be marked by unexpected detours, unforeseen setbacks, and challenging currents. It is precisely here, in the face of adversity and uncertainty, that two crucial sister qualities become indispensable: adaptability and resilience. Adaptability is the cultivated capacity to adjust your approach, to learn from feedback, especially feedback from perceived failures, and to change course when necessary, all while maintaining a steadfast focus on your fundamental vision and purpose. It is not about being wishy-washy or easily swayed by external opinions. It is about possessing the flexibility of bamboo, which bends gracefully with the force of a strong wind rather than snapping, always returning to its upright position when the gust passes. It is the recognition that the path to the summit of your aspirations may contain unexpected curves, detours, and unforeseen obstacles, and the willingness to explore new routes rather than stubbornly trying to force your way through a blocked path or simply giving up in frustration. The adaptable person understands that rigidity often leads to breakage, while flexibility allows for survival, continued momentum, and growth. They are not rigidly attached to a specific plan if circumstances clearly indicate that a shift is necessary. Their unwavering attachment is to the underlying vision and purpose, and they possess the ingenuity to adapt the plan to meet the evolving reality. Resilience, in turn, is the profound capacity to recover, learn, and ultimately grow, stronger from adversity. It is not about somehow avoiding falls altogether. Falls are an inherent part of navigating the arena of life. It is about the speed, the grace, and the strength with which you rise after each inevitable stumble. It is about who you become in the process of getting back on your feet. Resilience is not an impenetrable suit of armor that shields you from feeling pain, disappointment, or fear. It is the deep-seated inner strength that allows you to process those emotions, to extract the valuable lessons embedded within the difficulty, and to continue moving forward, perhaps wiser, perhaps stronger, but never permanently defeated. The resilient person understands that a failure is not a final verdict on their worth or capability. It is an event, a temporary outcome, a rich source of data, and a powerful opportunity to demonstrate character and fortitude. Cultivating both adaptability and resilience requires a fundamental shift in your relationship with perceived failure and difficulty. Instead of viewing them as terrifying enemies to be avoided at all costs, begin to see them as rigorous, demanding, but ultimately invaluable teachers. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this setback to become stronger, wiser, better prepared for what lies ahead? How can I adjust my approach based on this feedback? This reframing transforms what might otherwise be a crushing blow into a potent catalyst for growth and evolution. You begin to become someone who not only survives the storms of life, but who learns to dance in the rain, someone who skillfully uses contrary winds not as a barrier, but as a means to gain altitude. This capacity to navigate uncertainty, to recover from setbacks, and to extract wisdom from challenging experiences not only makes you significantly more effective in pursuing your goals, but also forges a character of quiet strength and tenacity that is, in itself, profoundly attractive. The world naturally respects and trusts those who demonstrate the capacity to persevere and adapt in the face of adversity. You become the living embodiment of calm strength and unwavering persistence. Rooted in the capacity to extract wisdom from experience and transform setbacks into stepping stones is the eternal engine of continuous learning. Personal transformation is not a single event to be checked off a list. It is a perpetual process of evolution, a lifelong journey of becoming. And learning is the indispensable fuel that propels this evolution forward. We are not speaking solely of academic learning or the acquisition of new technical skills, although these are undoubtedly valuable components. We are speaking of a deeper, more integrated form of learning about yourself, about the intricate nature of human beings, about the subtle, often unseen laws that govern life and the dynamics of attraction. Every interaction you have, every success you experience, every failure you encounter is a potential opportunity for profound learning, provided you approach it with genuine curiosity and a healthy dose of humility. True learning is not merely the accumulation of information. It is the integration of knowledge in such a way that it fundamentally changes who you are. It is allowing the lessons learned to penetrate your core beliefs, to gently adjust your mindset, to refine your vision, and to inform your future actions. The person committed to continuous learning never reaches a point of stagnation or complacency. They are perpetually seeking to understand more deeply, to improve themselves, to expand their awareness and capacity. They read widely, listen attentively, observe keenly, and reflect thoughtfully. They actively seek out mentors, both formal and informal, recognizing the value of external perspective and accumulated wisdom. They are not afraid to admit when they do not know something, and they possess the intellectual humility to consistently question their own assumptions and biases. This posture of the eternal student keeps you vibrant, relevant, and in a state of perpetual growth. It prevents the ego from becoming rigid and calcified and safeguards against the insidious creep of arrogance. It makes you more open and receptive to new ideas, new perspectives, and new, more effective ways of being and doing. And this openness, this intellectual humility, combined with an unwavering pursuit of mastery, is an incredibly powerful quality that naturally attracts knowledge, wisdom, and the very people who can provide invaluable guidance and support on your journey. The universe seems to favor those who demonstrate a genuine, heartfelt commitment to growth and self-knowledge. By dedicating yourself to continuous learning, you are signaling your profound willingness to evolve, to expand, to continuously refine the person you are becoming. And the universe responds to this willingness, consistently offering more opportunities for learning, for growth, and for the realization of your fullest potential. Learning is not just something you do. It becomes an integral part of who you are, curious, adaptable, and perpetually evolving. So we've journeyed deep together, exploring the quiet truth that governs the universe and your place within it. We've seen how the world outside is but a mirror, reflecting the intricate landscape of your inner being. We've walked through the forge of your mindset, unearthed the ancient roots of your beliefs, ignited the bright flame of your vision, and found the powerful heartbeat of your purpose. We've understood that the bridge between intention and reality is built with the deliberate, loving practice of discipline, manifesting in courageous, aligned action. We've touched upon the transformative power of gratitude, the unwavering strength found in adaptability and resilience, and the endless expansion offered by a commitment to continuous learning. Now you know, with a certainty that resonates deep within your bones, that the persistent chase for external results, the perfect job, the ideal partner, the overflowing bank account, often misses the point entirely. That kind of pursuit, born from a feeling of lack, ironically tends to push away the very things you desire. The true magic, the real leverage, lies not in changing the world out there, but in the profound, courageous, and deliberate work of changing the world in here. The universe isn't some distant, stingy entity withholding blessings. It is a dynamic field of energy, constantly responding to the signal you are emitting. And that signal, that unique frequency, is determined entirely by who you are being, right now in this moment. If the reflection in the mirror of your life isn't what you dreamed of, remember this fundamental truth. You don't need to break the mirror. You need to change the image. This is not a passive philosophy. It is an urgent call to empowered action. The power to transform your life isn't locked away in some external secret or granted only to a lucky few. It resides, fully formed, within you. It's in your capacity to choose your thoughts, to challenge your limiting beliefs, to clarify your vision, to live with purpose, to act with discipline, and to embody gratitude, resilience, and a hunger for growth. The life you truly desire is not waiting for you to find it. It is waiting for you to become the person capable of living it, the person who resonates with its essence. So, what is the next step on this incredible journey? It begins with a single, conscious choice made right now. Look within. Identify one belief, one thought pattern, or one small action that isn't serving the person you aspire to be. And today, choose to shift it. Choose to replace that limiting belief with an empowering truth, that negative thought with a constructive one, that unaligned action with a disciplined step forward. Your transformation begins with this moment, this choice, this commitment to becoming the magnificent person you are destined to be. Start now. The world is waiting to reflect the brilliance you cultivate within.